I am Linda van Tilburg for Biz News. Competitive swimmers in South Africa are increasingly struggling to find proper 50-meter pools for training and competitions. The root issue is funding, with municipal budgets insufficient to maintain and build new pools. But Pietermaritzburg is emerging as a beacon of hope with a 170 million rand aquatic park to train a next generation of Olympic and Paralympic swimmers. Well, to tell us more about that, we have Theo Verster, the head coach of South Africa's Paralympic swimming team, who is actively involved in the shaping of the centre in the studio. Hi, Theo, and welcome to Biz News.
Oh, thank you very much, Linda. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Well, before we start, I know a mother of competitive swimmers who shared her concerns to me about finding a proper long distance pool that's 50 meters. And just a couple of things she highlighted. She talked about Pretoria and she said the Hillcrest municipal pool is empty. She talked about Ellis Park in Johannesburg. She said it's severely neglected. Grass is growing from cracks in the pool. And she said in Gauteng, there's no FINA accredited 50-meter pool. And when she got to the Western Cape, she says it's faring better, and Durban's Kings Park is undergoing renovations, she said. And she said the only fully functional long course pools are in Port Elizabeth and at Cape Town's UWC. So is that what you found, this dire situation in terms of availability of swimming pools in South Africa?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's the reality that we're facing right now in South Africa. There's a lot of funding that is being pushed to try and uplift centers, but at the end of the day, to go in and try and to refurbish facilities, we feel that that's a very short term and a very tedious problem that could then arise to other issues that comes with budget and budget constraints. And I think that is something that we are facing in South Africa. And I think that is where, when I got involved with Aqua Park, that we basically saw the situation and we felt that getting a proper swimming facility up from the ground up and getting it sorted out was fundamentally the thing that we needed to do for the swimming community, or for the aquatic community in South Africa, which includes the swimmers, the water polo players, the divers, the synchro swimmers. So we really want to try and cater for as many people as possible in the aqua park. And the only way that we could do that was we did a lot of investigation, and instead of actually building a pool, we bought a pool from Myrtha, which is like the best technology in the world. They are the main shareholders or the main suppliers of swimming pools right across the whole world. They've got an amazing track record, and they've been supplying Myrtha swimming pools to Olympic and Paralympic events, world championships for a number of years with this massive success. So the whole idea behind the Myrtha technology is that this pool is actually being built above ground. It's actually a stainless steel, like how do I call it? Like a stainless steel
Structured?
structure. And, at the end of the day, I think from a maintenance point of view, long term, this is the kind of facility that, we'll be able to upkeep. In the beginning, it's a lot more expensive, but I think over many, many years, with issues coming in from leaking and all kinds of things, we'll be able to fix those things on the spot at a very, affordable, price. And I think that is something that when we did all our sums and started looking at that, that's what we wanted to make sure that we bring to the party. And then obviously, I think at the end of the day, from an aquapark point of view, we want to make sure that every single South African aquatics or a swimmer gets the opportunity to swim in the Rolls Royce of swimming pools, so that by the time they do go and travel abroad, that they can also make a statement that they've got one of those facilities in their own backyards, where they either finalize their preparation for big meets or actually training full time in. That's something that we really looked at, and that's what we want to bring home for our South African aquatic community.
So what would AquaPark provide? What kind of facilities to, get swimmers up to Olympic or and Paralympic level?
I think the main thing is where it's situated. With it being situated at St. Charles. St. Charles is a very well known school in Pietermaritzburg. that offers boarding right in the middle of the two schools. You've got St. John's Girls School, which has also got boarding facilities, and then right in the middle we've got Varsity College. So the whole idea behind the vision is not just it's obviously uplifting the whole Pietermaritzburg precinct, the Kulula precinct, but also ensuring that whoever comes into a facility like this, that they've got education being looked at, which is very important for us. We're definitely driving that really hard from a business point of view, where you'll be able to come into a school at a very young age and hopefully only leave by the time you're done with your degree. I don't think there's any other facility right now in the whole of South Africa that can actually offer those kind of traction and model. And that's why I was very happy to get involved with that, because I can actually now see the long term planning that we can actually go about bringing athletes in and making sure that we look after them over a number of years and not just for a very short period of time.
So apart from availability for the school and the students, who else would be able to use it?
This facility is open to everybody. The fact that we are situated on the premises was basically we built the facility because we got the property, and we're very happy about that. And but this facility is open to for the whole community. We are looking at different clubs that would like to come and swim there, or basically base themselves there. And then we're looking at our national training groups, hopefully, to come and do their preparation work there during winter when, obviously things are quite cold upland, and making sure that we give the guys opportunity to train in a state-of-the-art swimming pool, which is regulated, temperature regulated all year round, and making sure that we give the best conditions for the best conditioning possible for our outgoing teams. And then in saying that, we would, the other side of things is making sure that we look at international teams that want to come for training camps. And obviously then there's education part of that as well, because we can now bring in our coaches from around the country to actually come and observe and also get educated by international coaches that will come and use the facility. So this is a multifaceted swimming facility where we're not just catering for the top Olympians and Paralympians, but we are actually looking all the way right down to community, because this is a community-driven project as well, and we want to make sure that every single person in Pietermaritzburg has got access to the facility. So it's not just going to be for the top end guys. We're going to open the facility for everybody to be able to enjoy and be able to use.
Yeah, so with less and less municipal swimming pools, I mean, the one thing that's been lacking in South Africa is getting more black people into swimming. So do you think this could lure some of these girls and boys into swimming?
Absolutely. I think we've already got a really good track record with a lot of swimming clubs out there that's already doing phenomenal work with the outreach programs, where they actually getting young girls and boys educated in the art of swimming, and getting them water safe. I think that was really a big thing for us. And that we definitely going to carry forward to Aqua Park, where we really want to get involved with making sure that the swimming is a life skill, and we want to make sure that everybody is well educated on the dangers of swimming, and but also making sure that they get water safe, and hopefully through that we'll get more interest from the public, and the vehicle is there. We're going to have the coaches, we're going to have the clubs that's going to be part of Aqua Park, that will be able to provide the services to be able to further your swimming career. So I really do think that this is really built there for South Africa, and we need to utilize it. There's not many indoor facilities that's going to be able to boast what this facility is going to be able to boast. And just from a Myrtha technology point of view, this 50-meter pool has got a bulkhead. So we'll be able to split the pool into two 25-meter pools, which will also be ratified on a World Aquatics level, where we can actually run short course events inside the facility. So, these we will be able to have two water polo matches at any given time if it's school related, and one international field of play that will be in that will also be able to do within the swimming complex inside the Aqua Park. So this pool is very versatile, and we'll be able to cater for all the needs and things that we actually foresee. And obviously, starting yeah, like from scratch, we'll definitely be able to link into the community and see what the needs are, and be able to formulate something that we can actually make sure that we look after our community and give something back as well.
Well, there has been a trend of South African swimmers who start training, in South Africa, and as soon as they get a bit better, they leave either for America. I know Tatiana Smith is an exception. So, are you hoping to keep more South African swimmers within the country?
Well, I think that's something that I'm not 100% being able to answer, because each person for themselves. But I really do think that with better facilities, we'll be able to make sure that we like keep our swimmers local. We've got the coaching. I mean, we've got some of the best coaches in the world that's produced at international level, and so it's definitely doable. I think, like you alluded to, the fact that we do have a lack of facilities is definitely something that needs to be looked at. And I think that from that point of view, Aqua Park, we feel that we like going to be the pioneers to build a facility like this, of this kind of magnitude, and also for the amount of money that we're spending. We just want to make sure that hopefully we'll be able to entice one or two more people that's got the vision and the care for aquatics in South Africa, and also for the community in Pietermaritzburg, to do the proper upliftment, but to actually go out there and actually make a swimming pool like this viable, and that we can retain more of our swimmers, of that we don't lose them to international entities.
Well, when would it be completed?
Well, we actually are ahead of schedule. We had we had about 50 days of rain delays, just over 50 days of rain delays, which really we've got an amazing professional team that's of everybody, just from the builders, the guys laying the bricks, right through to our engineers. And they've done a phenomenal job where they've actually pulled back. And last week we had Ricardo from Myrtha pull out here to do an audit, and we actually asked for the pool to be delivered to be shipped 2 weeks earlier than what we expected, which was on the 31st of July. So we're getting the shipment 2 weeks earlier. So hopefully that will push the whole thing to happen a little bit quicker. But our initial date, and I think we're probably going to stick to that, will be there will be water in the pool by the middle of December for the guys to start swimming. So we're around the corner. We're pushing hard, and building is always, it's very finicky. And but you know what, with the professional team that we have, the guys have done a phenomenal job. And if we keep on going the way we are, is making sure that we on target for the international builders to come in and assemble the swimming pool, making sure that we give them the space. I know our roof is going up next week, so it's already being assembled on site. And by next week, the roof is going to start going up. So it's exciting times. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to this facility to be in a place where we can actually start hosting some galas, and just showcasing what true South African get-togethers we can actually have, because that's what we are all about. South Africans always pull together.
Well, Theo, can we look a bit at your background? You're a competitive national swimmer or international swimmer, and you're also head coach of the South Africa's Paralympic swimming team. So, what is in the pipeline for them?
Well, you know what? I've been truly blessed. I swam 15 years internationally for South Africa. I was very fortunate in having many South African and African records. Been to Olympics in 2000, three Commonwealth Games, and a number of World Championships that I've attended. And when I stopped swimming in 2004, I had the privilege to start coaching some able and para swimmers. And in 2006, I started coaching a little bit more full-time para athletes, where I started traveling with them to World Championships. And then obviously the first lady that I took to Paralympics was Shireen Sapiro, that won gold in 2008 in China. So that basically cemented my adventures and my how can I say it, my give back to the sport. being able to work with phenomenal athletes over the number of years. I've just completed my fifth Paralympic Games in 24 in Paris, with phenomenal swimmers that's crossed my path, and I'm just so blessed that I'm still being able to work with them, and being able to take another team to Singapore in September. So for World Champs. For what this facility will mean for the para community is, number one, accessibility. That's a big thing. That's basically how I got involved with the whole project. I was the guy that was contacted to find out about just ablutions for the para athletes, and I just kind of fell in love with the whole story and the whole idea behind it. And yeah, more than a year down the line, I'm still busy CEO of Aqua Park, and just being involved every single day of everything that's going involved has meant so much to me, because I know at the end of the day, our para athletes is going to get the best of the best. Our aquatic community is going to get the best of the best, and we truly deserve that in South Africa. I really do feel strongly about that, and because we've got phenomenal athletes in our country, and we need to start looking after them.
Well, apart from the world champs in Singapore that you mentioned, or do you have an eye on the Olympic Games in Los Angeles in, was it the summer of 2028?
Correct. Yeah, we've already started planning, probably more than 8 years ago. We've been in the planning phases for 2028. We already got plans for 2032 and 2036. That's ongoing for making sure that we start doing some more talent scouting, making sure that we are actually looking at young up and coming swimmers. We know Swimming South Africa has been good at looking at the able body, but right now we've got the systems in place for the para side as well, and it's really gaining a lot of momentum to where we're going to get back to where our former glory, where we won many medals for South Africa, and we've got phenomenal athletes. I think something that a lot of people don't know is probably para swimming, or para sport in a whole, is probably one of the fastest growing professional entities that sport has seen in the last 12 to 16 years. So, I think at the end of the day, we need to be realistic as well. Most of our athletes, if they're not studying, they're actually full-time people. They're working full-time, where international competitors are full-time professional athletes. But we are catching up very, very rapidly. And I think a facility like Aqua Park is really going to mean the difference between bringing these guys together for a number of years, where they start at school, grassroots level, learn to swim, and build them all the way through until they're done with studies at 24, 25, after they leave varsity. And I truly do think that will make a huge impact in like harnessing like our talent, and making sure that we look after those guys that really need to be looked after, so that they can go and compete and do really well for South Africa.
Well, Theo Verster, thanks. Good luck with the aquapool and with all the competitions you're planning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity.